channel. Welcome to the video. YouTubers, scrappers, dumpster divers, trash talkers, garbage pickers, resellers, whatever else, maybe 4Runner enthusiasts. Here we go. This is a 1986 Toyota 4Runner, and it has not been running in about 3 years. And after a couple months of trying to get something going with it, it is fired up. And now I'm fired up because, I don't know, we may have something here. Welcome to the channel. We're gonna let this charge a while, and then let's revisit it, and we'll go over it. Rock on.
So now I got it running. The next step I got to do is figure out what am I going to do with this thing, and that is the $1,000,000 question. In fact, I'm hoping it's more like the $2,500, $5,000 range question, because it definitely is rough. It definitely needs some help. It's not street legal. There's, the blinkers don't work, the tail lights don't work, the ignition's been ripped out, and then again, you can see, it's got rust, it's got dents. It may not even be salvageable. I'm just not sure. Unfortunately, I'm not very mechanically inclined at all. Ripping things apart, but pretty good at fixing them, not so much. So ultimately, I'd like to make this a scrap vehicle, kind of a work vehicle or a bug out vehicle, if you would. Something that I can use for myself, then I can scrap in, then I can take it to the scrap yard, do my garbage picking, take to the hardware store for mulch, whatever. I currently do that in my Jeep, and I'd rather not do that. This seems like a good vehicle to do it. So the real question is, what's it going to take just to get it street legal and sound? This isn't going to be, necessarily an everyday driver or daily driver. I'm putting, thousands of miles on a month or anything like that. But it is something, I don't want to have to mess with it. Once it's kind of going, minus maintenance, I don't want trouble with it. And nobody wants to kind of deal with that. So that's the hope. I've got to figure out a budget, and I got to figure out, I got to get an evaluation on it, I guess, and kind of see what all is going on with it and what all may be worth fixing and what might not be. And then that's the other couple options, I guess. I've never scrapped a vehicle before. This could be my first one. I kind of hate to do it. I saved it from the scrap yard. That's how I got it. And just because I think it's a really cool vehicle. It's got that removable top, and I was interested in it. I think maybe other people will be too, so I could always sell it. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes.
So here we go. Today's going to be the test. We ran it for a few hours last night. It seemed to stay running, but we shut it down. We haven't tested it since. We're going to fire this thing up. Hopefully we're going to fire it up. Really needs some gas. It had a lot of old gas in it that I was able to get out, and I put just a couple gallons that I had, and that's what I've been running it with. So we got to go get a full tank of gas. I've got a gas station less than half a mile from here, all side streets. So if it fires up, we're just going to drive it straight there. Test it out on the road, see how it goes. If it goes well, might even take a run to the scrap yard tomorrow or Saturday, just for fun, before we really kind of figure out what's going on with this vehicle and figure out what we're going to do with it. But might as well have a little bit of fun with it, so fingers crossed. All right, here we go, the moment of truth. Got my makeshift key going here, and here we go. Let's see what happens. Yes. All right, here we are out on the maiden voyage. We just tested it, and it started back up on its own, so I am taking it less than half a mile to the gas station. I can tell you right now, it does not have brakes. So my brake light's on, I got a check engine light on, and I'm having to be extremely careful when I brake. So we're gonna drop it and drive, but right now we're out and about. Hopefully we don't get stranded. All right, we made it. No cops, no problems. And like that, we're away. Now to make it safely back to the house on the side street. So far, it's going well. All right, if you're watching the project vehicle video, this is the next scene, but this is also going to double down here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. So we're going to take a load to the scrap yard. So this is going to be the beginning of a scrap video. as well as probably somewhere in the middle of a project vehicle here. So video. So I'm kind of getting this thing filled up. Real quick update. I've got this project 1986 Toyota 4Runner that I'm trying to figure out what to do with, and I've got it running, and we're going to take it to the scrap yard just for fun. So I'm making some room here. The kids are going to go with me. So we're going to clean it out. We're going to fill this dude up with scrap, and we're going to see how that goes. All right, so I'm starting to get this thing loaded up here for the scrap yard. I'm just taking light iron or shred, whatever you want to call it. I actually don't have a whole lot. I don't have a ton, pun intended. You know, maybe a couple 100 pounds, I'm not sure. So I've got some long pieces, I think, in this vehicle, because it's, you know, it's got a front and a back seat. So, you know, that's not going to lay down. So these longer bed rails and things are just always going to have to kind of ride like that for me, or maybe stick them out the back window. But with the kids going, I'm kind of getting all the front cleared out. I want to see how much the back holds. Obviously, I've never taken this before, and if I'm going to consider it as a scrap vehicle, I want to see how it goes. All right, I got a couple toaster oven shells full of little nuts and bolts and things to add, but we got her all loaded up here. Still quite a bit of room here vertically that I can put a lot of stuff. Again, I got the back seats emptied, and I can always put stuff in there. So my first take is I'm going to be able to haul, you know, a decent amount of stuff in this. I'm kind of curious when it comes to washers or dryers or ovens, what I'm going to be able to fit in this back space. I don't really do anything too much bigger than that anyway. So here we go. We're mostly loaded up for the day. We're going to head out in the morning. Hopefully it starts up. We'll take you with us. And one of my favorite features on this thing, put the key in the trunk. Pretty high tech for 1986. And just like that, we're off. Oh, I'm gonna check this yard sale maybe on the way back through. On our way to the scrap yard, nothing but light iron today. Just taking this project vehicle out. I wanted to take it on its first kind of maiden voyage or adventure. So far, going all right. Now our scrap yard is literally like 3 miles away. I'm very fortunate in that. So it's a short trip. Okay, we made it, and we're unloading. We're on our way back from the yard. So this car's been running a little while. It smells like it's running kind of hot. Oh, there's a chair. It smells like it's running kind of hot. So I really just want to get to the house, shut it down. So. Well, as you can see, we're all empty. We had a successful run to the scrap yard. That was yesterday. I just came out and started it up, and it started right up. So I feel like it's starting reliably now. But the thing is, you know, I'm done driving it. I got to keep it off the road. Yeah, I took it to the scrap yard. I took it to the gas station, but we're talking maybe 4 or 5 miles tops. And other than the seat belts, I don't think anything's really working. I got it started, but that doesn't mean I should be driving it. So I definitely need to get it checked out. And, you know, I guess that's my next steps, is I got to put together a budget, figure out what I'm going to be willing to put into this, and also look at my, you know, my annual cost or my maintenance cost. You know, I got title to worry about. I got insurance. Lord knows what that's going to be. So I got to do a little homework on that side of things, as well as the vehicle itself. You know, I don't know what's wrong with it. The belts, the hoses, you know, oil, the shocks, the brakes. The body, obviously, you know, it's not street legal. I know that for a fact. You know, none of the blinkers and tail lights and stuff like that's working. So we got to get that taken care of. Any feedback or tips, tricks, anything at all, greatly appreciated. For anybody that has kind of a dedicated scrap vehicle or work vehicle or a bug out vehicle, you know, kind of what your feelings are on the value of that, of having that. Plus, the 4Runner folks, if you know much about these models, these styles, that's cool too. I do know anytime you have a project vehicle, my understanding is it always ends up costing way much more in time and money than you ever imagined, and I'm not going to let that happen here with this. I can't afford it. So hopefully it's going to be something cool. Really, all tips and activity, all comments, totally welcome. I'm looking for advice here. Be looking out for part 2 and all kinds of other cool things. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff. As always, thanks for watching. Happy scrapping.
Thank you. Thank you very much.